What's up, guys? So today I'm actually really busy, but I thought I would give you kind of another self-help tutorial type video. Today I'd like to go over my morning routine. I've been doing this for almost probably 9 or 10 months, and it's something that has helped me tremendously in order in terms of being more productive throughout the day and just overall like winning the morning, making it easier to get up and out of bed, and honestly just like being happier overall. And like I mean there's so many different things I could talk about with the morning routine, but I'll try to keep it a little bit basic, and we'll see how it goes. My morning routine is highly influenced by Tim Ferriss. If you haven't heard of him, I would strongly recommend checking out a bunch of his books, like The 4-Hour Work Week, 4-Hour Body, and Tools of Titans. I've read all of them, and they're fantastic. But his morning routine, you can look it up on YouTube. It's pretty similar to mine. Mine's a bit different. It just, I found something that worked a little bit better for me than, not everything's for everyone. But yeah, so my morning routine basically consists of 5 or 6 like starting rituals that I actually try to get to every single day. Sometimes it's difficult to get to all of them if you're in a rush or if you've woken up late for something. But for the most part, I do these 4 to 5 times a week successfully, and it's really like the best way I've found to have a productive day. So there's 5 or 6 things. I'll count them out. The first thing is using the 5-second rule to get out of bed. 10-minute meditation. 10 push-ups. Brushing my teeth, flossing, showering, and then using my 5-minute morning journal and goal card. And then after that, I move on with my day. So the first thing I do to get out of bed is I use this trick called the 5-second rule. Now, this is actually, I'll link the book. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. I've found this small tip to help me incredibly in recent weeks. It's absolutely unbelievable how effective it is if you apply it. Basically what it is, it's a little cognitive trick you can use that shuts off your prefrontal cortex and gives you a bias toward action. Basically what that means, all you have to do is count backwards in your head from 5 the moment you have the inkling to get out of bed. Count down from 5 and then you take action. So, I mean, if I were to demonstrate, I'm in bed. By the way, sometimes I use an alarm, sometimes I don't. It's really weird lately. I've been able to somehow get up at the time that I intended to get up. Let's say I really want to get up at 7 and I'll set an alarm for 7. Almost without fail lately, I've been getting up at 6:58. And that's a little creepy to me. I don't know how I do that because I'm not conscious enough. I'm sleeping. So if you guys do that too, let me know because maybe I have a superpower. But anyway, yeah, so I wake up. Oh yeah, this is my room, by the way. This is my bed. This is my painting that my dad made. Pull-up bar over there. I try to keep my room relatively clean. It is laundry day, so I have all of that over there. That's kind of like my products over there, my beauty products. And I have some clothes over there, closet, and my most important thing is my little nightstand and my AC unit right there. And for some reason, a lacrosse stick. But the first thing that I do when I wake up, okay, so I wake up, it's 6:58 a.m. And actually, I haven't been waking up at 6:50. I've been waking up at 9 recently. But let's say I wake up at 9. The first thing I'm going to be doing is the 5-second rule. The moment I get that thought in my head, oh, time to get up. I don't think about it. I don't analyze it. I don't give myself any reason to say, oh, well, why don't I just give it 5 more minutes? The thing is, and you don't exactly have to understand this, you just have to apply the rule. The way the brain works is we sleep in 90-minute cycles. We usually have 4 90-minute cycles over the course of the night, and then we have kind of a gradual 2-hour wake-up phase. You can read more about this in the 5-second rule book, but basically in this 2-hour wake up phase, this is where your body has a window to get up, but if you cut it off, you've already gotten your core 90 minutes. When the 2 hours, I'm sure you guys have done that, right? Where you hit the snooze button and then you intend to sleep for 5 minutes and then you wake up and it's like an hour and a half later. That's because of the sleep cycle that we all have inside our brains. But basically, what I'll do when I get that first thought, I count down from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm up. I usually stand up all the way, maybe stretch a little bit, take a deep breath, and then sit down here and I go into my morning meditation. I did a whole video on meditation recently, so I won't go into all the specifics, but I'll use an app like Simple Habit, or there's a bunch of great YouTube videos by Eckhart Tolle, who has like a 10-minute morning meditation that's really good. And I can't even, again, begin to explain how helpful meditating for just 10 minutes right when you wake up has been in my life. When I wake up, I have so many random thoughts, like things that I think I need to do right away, like check my phone or text somebody about plans for later or get something done for work or whatever it is. But what meditating is going to do, it's going to let you distance yourself from your thoughts. This is so helpful because when you get into your actual work mode and it happens again where you get like a thought that you think you need to attend to, this distance allows you to step outside and just observe everything on the field and decide kind of what's most important. So again, I won't get too much more into meditation, but meditating 10 minutes a day is awesome. There's a great saying, if you don't have 10 minutes a day to meditate, then you probably need 2 hours. Okay, so the next thing I do after 10 minutes of meditation, and what's very important, this is my last note, is don't skip out on minute 9. You really want to commit to the 10-minute mark. What I've found is like sometimes you don't get that good of a meditation in, but sometimes around like the last 30 seconds or so, you have this really nice state where you kind of dial it in. Just don't give up don't give up early. Let it sit and just relax into it. Even go a little bit longer if you have to. So the next step, I'll get up and I'll actually do 10 push-ups. I literally wake up, I sit right over there, and then I do my 10 push-ups. I'm sure, well, I guess I could show you how to do some push-ups. Feet back, hands shoulder width apart. You want to have your hands under your shoulders. You don't want them up here or over here, right over there. And then the other important thing is having a neutral spine. I don't know why I'm giving you a push-up tutorial right now, but it is important. You can't have bad form. Like this. This is bad. So you don't want to do it like that. I'm sure you've seen that. And maybe not everyone can do push-ups, but if you practice maybe 1 a day, then eventually you'll hit 2, and then you'll hit 5, and then you'll hit 10, and then you'll hit 100. And yeah, you'll make progress like crazy. So yeah, don't bend the spine like that. Don't arch your back like downward dog. Just have a neutral spine. Squeeze your butt and your core, and then just down, arms at 45 degrees, and then back up. I like to do 10 of those. One of the main reasons I do that is once I get those 10 push-ups in, there's really no going back to bed. It's like you're up, and I don't know, maybe it'd be a good idea to like switch that with my meditation, because I sometimes when I do my meditation, I'll fall back to sleep. But really, if you're sitting up, you're probably not going to. So yeah, after the 10 push-ups, I go into my bathroom. This is my bathroom. This is my toothbrush. First thing I'll do when I walk in here is I take this, put some toothpaste on it, run it under some water, and after that, I will floss, then hop in the shower. I like to take very fast, cold showers. Obviously, I don't do that all the time, but at least for a few seconds, a cold shower is gonna wake you up even more after those 10 push-ups. I highly recommend at least trying it. Yeah, I mean, the cold shower is dope. After the cold shower, we come back into my room, and now it's time to work on my 5-minute morning journal. This thing is unbelievable, okay? If you don't have one of these, I think it's like $26. I can't stress how helpful this has been in the past. Let me see when I got it. So 5-minute morning journal explains the usefulness, 5 reasons why you'll love the 5-minute morning journal. Really an amazing little tool to put in your life. Oh, looks like I got it in January. Here's the example one. The way you use it is first put in the date there, then they give you a nice little quote, or they'll give you a weekly challenge or something like that. Anyone who has a why to live can bear almost any what. Yeah, I like that. Niche is cool. Then what you're going to do is you write down 3 things you're thankful for. This can literally be anything. Sometimes I don't even write a full sentence. I'll just write like, I am grateful for mom and dad, or I don't know, I'm grateful for my friends and my dog, whatever. I also like to do like a very simple one for the last thing. Like, so I'll do like 2 concrete ones, and then the last one is usually pretty weird and abstract, like something you wouldn't normally be thankful for. Like, think of something like this. Think of something like this lamp. Like, think about how you're thankful for this lamp, whatever. After you do the grateful thing, you go into what would make today great. This is key. This is super key. Here, I kind of like to jot down the 3 main things that I want to get done today. And I try to do the first 2 before I look at my phone. This is the most, aside from the 5-second rule, probably the biggest productivity tip I can offer you. If you can get your 2 to-dos done before looking at your phone and reading any text messages, your productivity is going to increase so much. The really cool thing about this journal is I can look back any day and I can see which days I was most productive and what I wrote down and what I did best, and I can replicate that. So it's like a good way to keep track of what's working for you in your morning routine, throughout your day, goal setting, all of that cool stuff. Then, after writing down the 3 things I want to do today, I go into my daily affirmations. These are great. This is basically saying something about yourself, like, there's 2 lines here, but you can just do 1, you can do 3, whatever you want. An affirmation, if you haven't read about them, it's basically the way that you talk to yourself, the self-talk. One example of bad self-talk would be, I am never going to be able to be financially successful, or dang, I just stink at handling money, like if you're focusing on money. A better affirmation would be, money comes easily to me. You write down something corny like that, and it just kind of reminds you that the way you think has a big effect on the actions you take and the reality that you're manifesting. Affirmation is really cool. Recommend reading books like Think and Grow Rich, You Are a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Look up Tony Robbins. He talks about them a lot. Affirmations and incantations, those 2 things are pretty wacky and weird, but the most successful people on the planet do them, so I recommend checking them out. After the affirmation, you're pretty much done with the morning journal. So there's also, I won't do nightly routine now, but there's also this little nightly routine. So you write down 3 amazing things that happened in your day, how you could have made today even better. It's nice to recap your day. It's also a good way to keep track of what worked for you. So I could go back and look at like my best days and see the best things that happened and see what I wrote in the morning and kind of compare and see if I can replicate those kind of results. So then I go to probably the most important thing of the entire morning, your morning goal card. I can go on and on about goal setting. There's a couple books I'd highly recommend. Actually, I give you 3 main books. One is the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. This dude's a beast. The main premise of the book is if you set goals, you're probably gonna come up short. So what you wanna do is set really high goals so that you come up short on the high goals as opposed to normal goals. Let me give you an example. Let's say I set a goal for $10,000 in the next 2 months. My friend sets a goal for $1,000. If one of us were to come up short, which one of us would you want to be? That's the main idea of the 10X rule, just getting that kind of thought process in your head. Don't limit yourself by setting small goals. The next book is Think and Grow Rich, and then You're a Badass at Making Money. They both talk about kind of writing down your goals. But the most important goal book I can give you is called The One Thing. This book is awesome because it really gets you to dial in on what your biggest like goal is that can accomplish everything else. For me, growing my YouTube channel is like a big goal for me because it would solve so many of my other goals. If you have 1 million subscribers, then you have the opportunity to travel cool places. You can meet the coolest people. You have money from ad revenue and merch and whatever you want to provide for your family and friends. So for me, I mean, you see how it's kind of like an umbrella. You want to set a goal where you realize that it solves everything else, because when you focus on smaller goals, it's almost like a distraction. Like, for example, if I wanted to be better at hockey, if that was like a goal of mine, then I'd be distracting myself from getting bigger in the gym or working on my vlog. That was not the best example, but I'm getting tired and you get my point. What I highly recommend is reading sections from You're a Badass at Making Money and Think and Grow Rich and writing out a goal card and reading this every single morning. Be careful. You want to include other aspects of your life, because if you make a goal card that is only focused on money, or if your goal card is only focused on health, then you're going to forget the other areas of your life. And it's happened to me, and it's actually really freaky. You can make a goal card that's financially focused and forget about your friends or something like that, because you wake up, you read this goal card, which is like linked to emotions, and it kind of gets you fired up for the day, and that becomes your sole focus. You read it before bed, and what you're really doing is brainwashing yourself. So you have to craft it in a way that reminds you of all of your goals, but at the same time focuses on the single one that's going to bring you the furthest. That's pretty much the end of my morning routine. After that, actually, it kind of does go on. I'll come downstairs. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get dressed. I don't go throughout my day naked, but I do get dressed after I get out of the shower, and like I'll put on deodorant and whatever. Then I go into my cabinet and I eat 2 boxes of protein oatmeal, which I don't have, there it is. And then I try to get done those 2 things I wrote down in my morning journal, my 5-minute morning journal. And I try to get those done before looking at my phone. And then I pretty much have the rest of the day to be productive. I've meditated so I can chill and relax and talk into a camera for 20 minutes. And yeah, that's it. Let me know if you guys liked this video. I can go into more depth about certain things in this video, in another video. So let me know if you like this content. And I know this is a long one, so I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I think this week I'm going to be doing the dunk challenge with Craig and maybe Jake and Riley, so that'll be fun. But today I'm pretty busy, so I'm just working right now, and that wraps up this video, so have a good one.
Lavish, caviar with a bad bitch. Chevis out the chalice, show my people round my palace. Yeah, we lavish, caviar with a bad bitch. Balance in my talents, my black card ain't maxing. Yeah, we bout it. I'll send a folks who doubt us.